All right, doing this one from home. However, better turn this fan off because I don't know how much this is making for noise. All right, hello, I'm at home. I got stuck doing stuff at school today, so sorry. Hey, but I'm here now. So uh, today, first actual reading, first time. So I did a whole rigmarole. We had an 85-minute class today, so I did a whole rigmarole about it. There we go. Apologize for the casual attire, though I do have my Zevon shirt on, and coincidentally, I paused it. A Zevon song came up on the playlist. Quite ugly one morning. Not sure why that showed up. Not one of my favorite Zevon songs, but it was right here. If I hit play, you'd hear it. But then I'd probably get nailed for a copyright infringement, which will come up here again in a moment. All right, shut up. Let's get going, Conway. All right. Always my gorgeous girl. All right. Today we discussed reading and we read. So I did a few things first. One of the first things I covered, the other dog was ripping up. One of the first things I covered, and I'll use our coffee table book here about Johnny Cash, is you have to use your finger. Because if you don't use your finger, kind of follow along like this. I don't have to, but I'm a reader. I don't need as many of the tricks because I've been a lifelong reader. But what if you're not? Use your finger. Because if you don't use your finger, one of the things that could happen to you, so you're just reading and your eyes, they're trackers. They're trackers. It's why when we walk along and we see, whoa, we see sudden movement and it's terrifying. Oh my God, it's a giant rat. No, it's a leaf. We're attracted to motion. So if you take that motion and you're going to do two things with it. Number one, you're going to tell your eyes, pay attention to the page by following along. But the other key thing you're going to do is you're going to eliminate a lot of the distractions because your eyes are following the finger rather all that stuff. Uh, did it work today? A little bit, a little bit, not a lot. A lot of students wouldn't do it because I reminded them, but what can I do? Next thing I implored upon them was that instead of reading for pages and pages and pages and then coming back and saying, oh, I read it, but I don't remember anything, don't do that anymore. Read a paragraph, read two paragraphs, read three paragraphs, but then stop and say, hey, what did I just read? So what's this section about? Now, to be honest, I don't know what this section is about because not only did I not read it, understand it, I didn't read it at all. I can't even see it. I can see the word love, but I can't see it. I had glasses somewhere around here. But instead of reading page after page after page after page and then saying, I read it and didn't get it, okay, read a paragraph and then say, what is it about? And students will still say, I read it, but I didn't. Stop lying. Something's happening up here to my recording button. Hope this doesn't screw up the video. Otherwise, I got to remake the whole thing again. uh, but read a little bit and then move on. All right. Use your finger. Next. Oh, and then read a chunk it, chunk it, chunk it. Next. Another big point here. I set a timer up on the board. 7 minutes and something. Always a random number because that makes me happy. Uh, fight your demons. I tell them after your 7 minutes and 21 seconds is up, you can now turn and go, hey, what's up? How you doing, bud? Everything okay? Everything okay? Good, good. You can have those conversations. We have long talks. Chunk it. Who are the main characters? Then 7 minutes. That's all you got to do. 7 minutes, 7 minutes, 21 seconds. Awesome. All right. Background sound. I was going to play these, but then I thought I'll get a copyright infringement on a video no one's even ever going to watch. Seems pretty ridiculous. So, first thing I did was, and I played Iggy Azalea Fancy. I would sing it, but my mad talents mean that, boom, copyright infringement, because I would match up perfectly. The reason why, even if you say you don't like the song, it's almost impossible not to do that. For one of the classes, I even put on, because I had Fancy, that other song showed up about Applebee's. And whenever he says Applebee's, oh, on a date, it's what happens. I apologize for those of you who just had to watch do that and make that face. Fortunately, no one watches these. So next, I put up a song by a band called Sleigh Bells, Noise Pop. And it's a song with just grinding guitars and reverbs and all the fans. It's loud. I kind of like it, but I point out that your brain is going to be firing off. So I put on a white noise style. The first thing I put on was someone eating pickles for ASMR, and my students, some of them almost passed out in horror. And I said, no, I'm not really going to do this. But uh, then we did several videos that were just background white noise. One was the Forbidden Forest of Harry Potter. Another one was ocean sounds, that type stuff, just background noise. But several of them complained about the birds chirping one. Apologize, someone seems to be stealing a charging cord from me, and I'm trying to educate here, and they're out of control. Ridiculous. On the other side. On the other side. Okay. More being stolen from me. All right. So I point out that white noise is necessary because it'll help you when you got that person right behind you. So, for example, if it's this person, she keeps and like flicking her tongue and doing all that weird stuff. Well, if that was behind you in class, that might be a bit of a distraction. The heavy breather, the sniffer, that kid. And actually, there was one today that was just, fortunately, it wasn't in English. It was in one of my other classes. They were going full Darth Vader. I checked twice to see if they were sleeping. They weren't. They just were uncomfortably loud in class. So, wow, this is a long time. I had 85 minutes and I spent like 15 of it doing all this stuff. So, white noise. Then they read 7.5 minutes, 7 minutes, 7 seconds, 7:21. I went random. Think what? 7:07, 7:17, 7:21. Those are the three times I think I used. Then you got a moment's break. Then let's get back to reading. For the most part, most kids try. Most tried. Awesome. But that's what we did in class today. So, Conway, was it a big day? Of course it was. Uh, I'd like to say that I indoctrinated kids into reading, and most of them at least tried. It's one who I don't think he read a single word, and those, but for the most part, they read, so no complaints. So, on behalf of Augie, who is eating something here, and Squeaker, who moved over there, and Mike, who's right there. Yeah. Oh, and there's Squeaker. I really like these animals. Okay. On behalf of all of them, and Augie, who's now gnawing on my arm, have a good weekend, or a good Tuesday, or a good Wednesday, because I don't know when you're watching this.